Overcoming poverty is not an act of charity, but an act of justice. Great peacemakers are always people of integrity, honesty, and humility. You cannot make an impact on society without first changing yourself. If you speak to a man in a language he understands, it reaches his mind. But if you speak to him in his language, it touches his heart. There is no passion to be found in settling for a life less than the one you're capable of living. Courageous people do not fear forgiving for the sake of peace. Only free men can negotiate. Prisoners cannot enter agreements. No individual can liberate a country alone. It can only be achieved collectively. Music and dance bring me peace with the world. We owe our children, the most vulnerable members of any society, a life free from violence and fear. Education is the most powerful weapon you can use to change the world. I learned that courage is not the absence of fear, but the triumph over it. A brave person is not one who feels no fear, but one who conquers it. When a person is denied the right to live as they believe, they have no choice but to become an outlaw. A good mind and a good heart are always a formidable combination, but when you add an educated tongue or pen, you create something truly extraordinary. Holding on to resentment is like drinking poison and hoping it will kill your enemies. What separates us is not what we're given, but what we do with it. Walk gently, breathe peacefully, laugh joyfully. If you want to know if your friend is loyal, ask them to lie to another friend. Peace is the greatest weapon for development anyone can possess. A person does not become a freedom fighter in the hope of winning awards. If someone thinks badly of you, it says more about them than about you. Those better than you don't concern themselves with you at all. We must use time creatively and always remember that the time is always right to do what is right. Even giving up can sometimes be a form of leadership. Where you stand depends on where you sit. May your choices reflect your hopes, not your fears. As we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give others permission to do the same. Without language, you cannot communicate with or understand others. You cannot share their hopes, grasp their history, appreciate their poetry, or enjoy their songs. Sometimes greatness is entrusted to a generation. You could be that generation. It's not where you start, but how high you aim that truly matters. Appearances matter. Don't forget to smile. One thing I learned in negotiations is that I couldn't change others until I changed myself. It always seems impossible until it's done. Know your enemy and learn their favorite sport. In my country, we go to prison first and then become president. Nothing is entirely black or white. You cannot prepare for something while secretly believing it won't happen. Live as though no one is watching and express yourself as though everyone is listening. No one is born hating another person because of their skin color, background, or religion. People must learn to hate, and if they can learn to hate, they can be taught to love. To be free is not merely to cast off your chains, but to live in a way that respects and enhances the freedom of others. If someone ignores you, avoid making these 3 mistakes. Don't overreact. Don't appear sad or weak, and don't beg or plead. Lead from behind and let others believe they are at the front. I am no saint unless you think of a saint as a sinner who never stops trying. Don't judge me by my successes. Judge me by how many times I fell and got back up again. Which quote inspired you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments. If you liked our video, please like it, and please subscribe to the channel for more.